What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 138. And we start today's episode off by seeing that Andres Solano has indeed gone to Stade Reims, so we've got about £1.5 million for that, and now our budget is around £37.5 million, so not too much remaining in our budget now as we close out August and our first transfer window with Atletico Madrid. However, I did say there were still a couple of players we were planning to sell before the window slammed shut, and one was Nathan Ake, the former Bournemouth and Chelsea centre-half, Dutch centre-back. He's only 5'11", but 84 rated, 30 years old, and it was an interesting one to him because I wanted to use him because he's a very good ball-playing centre-back, very comfortable on the ball, and we like to pass out from the back. But, as I mentioned there, he's 30 years old, so he's due to decrease any moment now as FIFA Career Mode, whenever players turn 30. They don't get any better once they turn 30. And with Barcelona putting him to £25 million, that's over his market valuation. I asked for £30 million, and they said yes. So Nathan Ake looks like he's on his way to Catalonia, and I'm okay with that, because whilst he's 84 rated, and he's the third highest rated centre-half now, Ira is in, he could be a decent bench player. We've signed Lopez Huesca, we've signed Mia Martinez, who's got the potential to be special, and I want to give those young talents game time this season. We're thinking of the future of Atletico Madrid as well as the present too, so I'm okay selling Nathan Ake, and for £30 million, that's 7.5 million over the valuation. I think for a 30-year-old, that's a pretty decent deal, and as you guys know, I like to pass out from the back, don't get me wrong, but I love my physically strong centre-halves. Emmanuel Aya is 6'5" with 99 jumping. Lopez Huesca is 6'4" with, I think it's 95 jumping. They're both very strong as well. Nathan Ake is only 5'11", and with all due respect to my bros that are under 6 foot, 5'11" is not small, but I do like my centre backs to be quite tall. So I'm okay selling Nathan Ake. He's on his way to Barcelona, and to get £30 million to the 30-year-old as well, I think it's a pretty decent sale as we plan for the future with Atletico Madrid. Still, for the first game of today's episode, we will take on Real Valladolid away from home, aiming to make it 2 wins from 2 since joining Atletico. But the first chance fell to the hosts in this game, and they almost scored as well. Our first goal conceded with Atletico off the post from that header there, as it was still 0-0. And a couple minutes later, oh my goodness, totally fluffed my lines here with Thomas Lemar going through one-on-one, and that was a terrible, terrible attempt by the Frenchman. So still 0-0. But with 5 minutes to go in the first half, in a very cagey, nervy first half, it was my first away game with Atletico. We saw on the opening day how good this guy was. Oh, God. João Felix, baby. I tell you what, if this guy doesn't win the Golden Boot this year, well, let's just say I've let you all down, because this guy looks absolutely superb. Roulette to beat the last defender, rounds the goalkeeper with a fake shot, and then has the composure off balance with a covering defender to find the back of the net. 1-0 Atletico, 2 goals on the opening day, and now 1 away from home as well. This guy looks the real deal. I've got to tie him down ASAP and give him a contract extension. So 1-0 at the break, and 6 minutes after the restart, we would make it 2. Fantastic challenge by Emmanuel Aya there. Last-ditch tackle too by the Italian. I mean, maybe not last-ditch because there was a covering defender, but either way, great tackle regardless by the Italian. From that we broke, and Soler rolled it across to Palacios, and this is why I gave the Argentine a contract extension as a box-to-box midfielder. This guy looks the complete package. Wonderful finish there, 2-0 to Atletico, and that was how the game would finish. Final score, Valladolid 0, Atletico Madrid 2, so back-to-back 2-0 wins to start the season off with Atletico Madrid. And I must say, Emmanuel Aya in this game was absolutely superb. We saw it so often with Roma last season in his debut year. He made his debut against Juventus, the best side in Italian football, and didn't put a foot wrong. I mean, I said it in the first episode, the 136 episode 136. This guy will become the best centre-back in the world. Mark my words. He is just so goddamn good. So, yeah, great performance there from Aya, great performance from Atletico. Back-to-back 2-0 wins to start the season off. And in the interview as well, getting asked about João Felix scoring his 3rd goal already this season. Trust me, he'll get a contract extension not before long. But still, finding out, we did see that Nathan Ake has indeed agreed terms with Barcelona. I did bring him on towards the end of the game against Valladolid. You might notice I like to do that. When a player's about to leave the club, I give them one final farewell to the fans, if you will. So Ake did play his final game there. Not that he did really had anything to do, but anyway, just say goodbye to the fans. He's gone for £30 million, and we had a bid for it there for one of our 22-year-old new gen/regen. So I don't don't look too keen on, and obviously he's out of contract come the end of the season as well. Zykankov and Lamar both picked up knocks in that game as well, but they were just bruised shoulder injuries, so that's totally fine. And following the sale of the Dutch centre-half, we now had around £60 million in our transfer budget to reinvest in a new player, and I was going to go after a new central midfielder. I took a look at the squad and I thought, what area are we now lacking in depth and quality depth in? And I was thinking probably the central midfield role, due to the fact Dominguez is now our right back. And my first choice for a new central midfielder was Sol, of course, the former Atletico Madrid man. But Bayern Munich asked for £90 million, and I didn't even bother negotiating. Like, if we couldn't get him on the first try, it was never going to happen. We barely had enough money to get him in anyway. Bayern wanted £90 million, and I thought, you know what, forget it. We could have done this over the phone. I wasn't going to bother negotiating from £90 million. So, yeah, sadly, Sol is not going to come back to Atletico Madrid. Gutted about that as well, because I would love to bring him back. He's got high work rate, such a great player, and it would have been great to bring him back to Atletico, like we did with Pellegrini at Roma and Romagnoli as well. But sadly, just a bit out of our price range in Season 1 after all the other signings we've made. However, my second choice was this guy, who I must say excited me quite a lot. Now, I've never used him in FIFA before, however, he looks very good. Ricky, I'm not sure how you pronounce the surname. Any of my Spanish followers, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think it's Puig. Ricky Puig, I think. But let's just call him Ricky for now. But Ricky, the former Barcelona midfielder, 86 rated in the game now, 26 years old, valued at £46 million, playing for Lyon. I negotiated with the French side, wondered how much we could get him for, and in the end, we agreed a deal of £57.5 million. So a lot of money to spend for the midfielder. However, 86 rated and 26 years old, so right now in the prime of his career, we're getting him for his best years. I must say, for £57.5 million even, I think he looks pretty decent, and I think he'll prove to be worth the money as well. Palacios and Arth will remain as our starting CM duo, but as he agrees a 5-year deal, he wanted a massive wage cut of like half of his current salary at Lyon, and I must admit, I really wish the EA would improve the contract negotiations, because they really are so goddamn broken. But I gave him 100 grand a week. It was still a wage cut, but only 10 grand a week less, so not too much. And he agrees a 5-year deal and arrives at the Metropolitano. So Ricky is in 86 rating, and when you look at this guy's stats as well, high medium work rates, 3-star, 92 vision, and 99 short pass. I think this guy is going to be a great deep line playmaker in our team. Someone who just dictates tempo off the bench, comes on, kills the clock perhaps if we're holding on to a 1-0 lead in the final 15-20 minutes, kills the tempo, plays the game at a walking pace, and sucks the life out of the game. Or, in a different scenario, comes off the bench and plays as an advanced playmaker and speeds the tempo up. I think with his vision and his 99 short pass, he'll never surrender possession. He'll always keep holding the ball, and he'll be the guy that dictates tempo off the bench, depending on circumstances, speeds the game up or slows it down. So yeah, very happy Ricky is in. Again, £57.5 million. It's a lot of money to bring him in, but I think he'll prove to be worth the cash. I'm very excited to use him. Never used him before. And he go with 99 short pass, but he'll never surrender possession. That's for sure. But still falling out, we rejected a bid for Dominguez. And now, as you can hear the theme song in the background, the Champions League group stage draw had been made, where Atletico have been drawn against. Any minute now. There we are. RB Leipzig, Benfica, and Dynamo Kiev in Group G. And I definitely fancy our chances of topping that group. RB Leipzig, Benfica, and Dynamo Kiev, no disrespect to the other teams, but I think with the squad that we've got and the players we brought in as well, we should be targeting top spot. Failing to qualify from that group would be a disaster. We faced Dynamo Kiev before with Roma. I feel very confident we'll make it out of that group as group winners as well. As you see, the other groups in the Champions League, including, take a look at our former side. They've got Paris Saint-Germain, Sporting Lisbon, and Besiktas. But look at Group F. Talk about a group of death. Real Madrid, Dortmund, Arsenal, and RB Salzburg. What a group that is. So yeah, I think our former team Roma should be able to make it out of that group. As you see, Group H has Chelsea, Bayern, Lazio, and Spartak Moscow as well. And the one thing that's really favourable too is where the fixtures have come. We've got Dynamo Kiev in the group opening and RB Leipzig. Benfica is our third clash, and none of the games are sandwiched in between massive La Liga clashes either. Apart apart from match day 6 against RB Leipzig, that comes 3 days after the Madrid derby. So I think the fixture list has been very kind for us there, as well as the draw. I must say, I feel very confident there. We've had some tough Champions League groups, had some tough Champions League draws in the past 2 seasons with Roma in the knockout stage, but I think in the group stage there, we should be targeting top spot. I feel very confident indeed we'll be able to make it through that group. No disrespect to the other sides in there, but I think we should fancy ourselves as front runners. But still, following that, you might have seen Dominguez, there was another bid for our captain there from Borussia Dortmund, which I did decide to reject. Of course, he's going absolutely nowhere, as I love him, but unfortunately, he would not play in this game, because he was away on international duty. I don't know why, because, he's Argentine, but Palacios wasn't called up to international duty, yet he was. So Dominguez would not play any part in this game, which is really annoying. This happened to be a couple of times in FIFA career mode, but this is the first time it's happened in this save. So no Dominguez for this game. So unfortunately, we miss our captain for this one. So Jan Oblak would take the armband in his place. Here at home to Leganes, looking to make it 3 wins from 3. And oh my God, 21 minutes in. I said he could prove to be the bargain of the season. Oh, Valencia, why didn't you negotiate a new contract with him and take that release clause out? £42.5 million for this wing wizard. Carlos Soler, step over to beat his man and then a strike. That's a contender for goal of the season on match day 3. What a wonderful goal. His first goal in an Atletico Madrid shirt, and that was absolutely sensational. So Atletico in front, 1-0 at the break. Wasn't our best first half, no doubt about it, but we were still leading by a goal and looking pretty decent when going forward. And in the second half, as we still led by a goal to 0, 21 minutes after the restart, Ollie Shaw plays Ivan Toney down the left-hand side. No goals in his first 2 games. But now he's off the mark for his new team. And how fitting it is as well. The guy that got the assist, Ollie Shaw. Of course, the bros linking up for Ivan's first goal. And he's the first man to celebrate with him as well. I absolutely love that. The bromance continues. Ivan, no goals in his first 2 games. But in his second home game for the club, oh, it was a wonderful, wonderful step inside from the left and then bang, smacks it in at the near post. And so fitting that Shaw would get his first assist for Ivan Toney's first goal. I thought that was just so fitting. So Atletico Madrid 2, Leganes 0. Toney off the mark, and in the 85th minute, a chance to make it 3. Shaw once again being very attack-minded and adventurous in this game. Cuts in from the left, plays it to Toney. Toney rolls it to Mbolo off the bench, who backheels to Soler, who gets his second goal of the game, and both of which coming from outside the area. This guy coming in, I was thinking more of a support winger and not a guy that gets goals. That's why I've kept him on the right hand side and not switched him to the left hand side to play as an inside forward. But instead, maybe I should do just that. Maybe I should swap he and Lamar round, have Lamar on the right cutting and shooting his left foot, and Soler, well, if he can finish like he's done so today, maybe he should be shooting more, cutting in from the left hand side. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But either way, Atletico 3, Leganes 0. That goal not quite as nice as one in the first half, but either way, lovely strike and a brace for Soler here at the Metropolitano. 3-0 to Atletico, and in stoppage time, a chance to make it 4. Shaw leaves his man in the dust, plays a lovely ball across the centre of the penalty area, and who's there to finish? It is bro once again, baby. Toney paying homage to him with the vision that Shaw had there. Wonderful ball by Ollie after a lovely fake shot to beat his man. That was a glorious performance from Ollie and Ivan, and again, how fitting it is. Toney's first 2 goals, Shaw's first assist, set up Ivan Toney's first 2 goals. Absolutely wonderful. So final score, Atletico 4, Leganes 0. Absolutely brilliant performance at the Metropolitano. Great to see Shaw get his first 2 assists. Great to see Toney get his first 2 goals. Great to see Atletico get their first 3 victories and no goals conceded either. It's going to be very tough to win the treble this season, but what a perfect start for Atletico. 3 wins from 3, 100% record, and long may it continue. But that will end today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode featuring Transfer Deadline Day very soon.